When I consider what you mean to me, it is a fact I've come to realize that you're my closest link to paradise. Despite what wise men try to make us see, they caution us against idolatry and tell us that we should not jeopardize immortal life for anything that dies, and not to be bemused by mere beauty. It seems ungracious not to take delight in day, because it turns so soon to night. Eternity is always here to stay. It's only you and I who fade away. You are my here and now, my present tense. I hope you will excuse my diffidence. Love does not always find a way, but gives a promise that it cannot be destroyed. It's even killed and buried, yet it lives in every heart in which it's crucified. Love is sheer joy, but has to suffer you and me. It can't avoid its Calvary, silent, unseen, transparent, pure and true, rich in its own reward of poverty. When we can find no one to whom to turn, on nothing but on it can we rely to consume us, or else we can but burn in just the fire we persecuted by. Love cannot help but always wish all well. To deny it is to plunge into hell. We're ships in the night of your light, a momentary fusion, no illusion. Don't take it serious, it's just an experience. It's only a flutter, like rain in the gutter. Don't tell your mother, just develop a stutter. Your flesh tastes of menthol, your eyes are clear blue, your breath smells delicious. You say, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you, I do. I'm yours for the time I spend with you. Tell me you're mine, you don't have to mean it. Say it again and I'll try to believe it. I'm yours for all time, I live only for you. If you don't overdo it, I may think it's true. Promise me that if you lie, I won't know it. If you can't stand me, don't show it. And you've a contract. I want you happy, beautiful, and free. You can have everything you want and more, as long as you don't say that it's a chore to spend your life entirely with me. I cannot hear the voice of charity, but sometimes on an empty, windswept shore, like rusty hinges on a cellar door, I've heard the creakings of self-mockery. I just can't bring myself to contemplate that maybe you are not as you appear to me. Recently I've had pangs of doubt that if you had your chance to choose your mate, I would not be the one that you'd hold dear. Don't speak. Forgive me. I must not find out. If only you would tell me that you love me still, then I'd pretend I understood you have to do your thing. Somewhere above I'd find the strength to wish you your own good. Don't think you can dispense with flattery. Don't think I cannot even up the score. You do not have a shred of generosity. Can't you, who's such a liar, tell one more? It doesn't cost the earth to keep me sweet. Better far for you than if I'm sour. You only have to say that when we meet you cannot live or breathe but for that hour. You'll be rewarded more than you can guess if you will help disguise my callousness. Violence whisper, I adore you, but all I seem to do is bore you. With each step I'm dancing on air, but behind your eyes you're not there. I didn't want to fall in love with you, but I'm not free. Even the air can't choose. The day of my release is overdue. You are a need I can afford to lose. Don't say you never asked me to. I don't blame you. Although admit you like the thought that I will give you all you want if you will never say your love is bought. Although I wish that we had never met, I cannot let you dream of going away. And don't be ever tempted to forget to go on lying in the same old way. I hope we never live through this again. I cannot bear to hear you say, Amen. Is this indeed our last, our final kiss? Is this how all these timeless moments end? It isn't easy to realize, my friend, that we no longer are each other's bliss. Regrets we shall eventually dismiss. Our broken hearts probably will mend. It should not tax the hardened fates to send us futures no more dim than this. The past does not presume to tell us why our wildest raptures can become so tame. How many deaths are we required to die before we find a way to play the game? Perhaps there's consolation in the sigh that cannot find the whom or what to blame. She's gone, all gone. I should have kissed her more, but now too late. I'm left with wretched might-have-beens and helpless yesterdays, a store of what can never ever be set right. I should have held her closer, told her, shown her that she was my ecstasy. But all I did was play the fool and act the clown. I could not see the writing on the wall. It's over now, but for those silent wails echoing through the unforgiving night. No use to itemize regrets for tales of filthy lies. We could have scaled the heights, but there it is. Don't make the same mistake, don't prevaricate. Give your heart a break. We lost ourselves in love, then lost love. We searched for it through both our hearts in vain. We found only our graves. We looked above, below, about, but always the same pain. The pain is gone. We sit and watch TV. We seldom yawn. She makes me cups of tea. We tell no tales. There's no more need for guile. We do not pick our nails. We sometimes smile. We are grateful to the powers that be for lifeless, loveless, hateless apathy. I can't remember when I last felt glad. I can't remember when I last felt sad. I can't remember when I last got pissed. I can't remember when I last was kissed. He didn't particularly like her, but she was having his child. She didn't especially fancy him, but her parents were going wild. He was too selfish and guilty to walk away scot-free. She felt like a caged canary when he said, "Marry me." They had a beautiful baby, then another, 2 or 3. She prayed to the Virgin Mary to return her virginity. He contemplated murder, he tried a mistress or 2. She would often shudder when she thought of what life can do. They grew all together, each completely alone. Neither could help the other, their hearts had turned to stone. You once were lean, but now you're fat, and you've achieved your trivial success. It doesn't seem to matter to you that you're a complete and utter mess. Don't think that no one's seen the games you play, your victories or triumphs of defeat. There's some can smell the rank decay within your rotten soul, you vicious cheat. There with the grace of God you go, more cruel than I can even dare to formulate a wish to be. You stand up proud and well, a tear for other tears to emulate. I do not like to think that your facade could be an image of myself gone bad. Clamoring in vain, bashing a wall, fetched shattering turmoil, hammering fuck all. Why don't you keep it to yourself? You think that all you have to do is to let it all hang out. You'll never find your missing link by your ridiculous love call. It may make you feel better, but you don't connect with me. You only aggravate our situation by the fact you won't realize I much prefer to masturbate than to make love with you. The only way to make me want you as before is to convince me that you'll not betray a trust your lies have rotted to the core. The past is gone, and I am left forlorn. Hatred's not dead, and love not yet reborn. She's my woman, I'm her man. I'm her eggs and bacon, she's my frying pan. I'm her lord, she's all I've got, like water to a drowning man. I want someone to care for, someone near, someone dear, someone to paint the sky for, someone to live and die for, someone who doesn't chatter. Someone who doesn't matter. I could really be free if that someone were me. It's all correct and crisp and keen and bright, a place of order, form and right design, a haven in this world of dark, of light, of where to start a long and clean straight line. It would be nice if all around we saw the grace, decorum of the antique mind brought forward to the present of the law, instead of our cacophonous and brutal bind. It should not need to hearten me so much to come across a little worth among the slush and drivel, dross and mulch, which would be better formed of honest dung. The game's not up, some children still can sing. Go tell the falling leaves it'll soon be spring. There's light and love and joy and freshness yet. There's those who have something to celebrate. There can be times we hope we'll not forget. A helping hand is not always too late. Up really high, there's still clear, perfect blue. Morning must dawn as long as there is night. Without the old, there's nothing to renew. Occasionally, it almost feels all right. Although I know that light needs dark to shine, I don't expect to tell what atoms mean. The universe is fine without being mine. The flowers of countless valleys grow unseen. What is above subsists on what's beneath. The world is not entirely blasted deep. The freedom that you seek is in the mean between opposing tensions in your soul. Achieve the integration of the whole, and then you are, and not a might have been. Remember that to live is to metabolize. So don't forget, en route to the sublime, to check on your mouth-anus transit time. Look at the ground as well as at the skies. You've heard it all before? That's fine. Reiterated truths soon sound absurd. To be blasé is not beatitude. It's just your glutted tongue can't taste the wine. 1 in a million hears the blatant word before it echoes into platitude. How could I help my fellow man and make a contribution to the common weal if I'm bound to make the old mistake of taking false for true, fictions for real? My delusion is that I think we're all deluded. Whatever I'm going to find will have to be another comical invention of my self-mistrustful mind. And silence is another metaphor. You tell us that it is by faith alone, itself a gift of grace, we can be saved. By our own efforts, we cannot atone for mortal sin. Even the best behaved is guilty of the crucifixion. We've no right to expect mercy. Bow down. All in Adam die. A few in Christ revive who are elected to receive his call. There's nothing we can do. If we do not believe, we perish. If we don't believe, we perish. Either God or Satan's got us in his power since Adam and Eve. We can't prevent ourselves being mortified and get no credit if we're justified. I wonder how you are encumbered by no metaphysical uncertainty. You do not doubt that we need never die. You see a meaning in our misery. You know damnation and salvation are not merely products of the human soul. You think that there's no evil can debar the power of God to make us whole. I hope it's not my fault. I'm such a fool as not to know whether he is or not. Or if it's by his grace that we are grateful, or if I've lost or found the truth I sought. Maybe nothing is all we need to know. But if it is, O Lord, please tell us so. No one but me can hear the mental din of clashing thoughts and images that fight a bloodless, ghostly fight to determine which hordes of phantoms have the right to a monopoly of me. I am a would-be refugee from any kind of violence, but here I'm in a jam. I'm motionlessly fleeing from my mind. I'm devastated by a dreary war that may be only manure from my brain. But it goes on. I can't remember what it's for. There's none to whom I dare complain. A precise cut with my sharp, gentle knife is all you need to end this pointless strife. man's inhumanity to man remains a puzzle unresolved. Perhaps we should know why we're so bad at being good. Our purest thoughts are thick with bloody stains of all the lives that have been shed to give us life to think them. We bear the scars of massacres our forebears wrought, of wars they won, of rapes, of tortures. History's sin has left us here, selected to elect ourselves, elected to perpetuate the race, until the gods eliminate our kind, for reasons we shall not detect. It's strange to feel such twinges of regret for unlived lives of those we've never met. I used to be a decent woman. Then I met the man I loved, and I became his wife. It was so pleasant not to have to sweat away the ordinary hours of life. I liked to shop and buy the children clothes. We liked to cuddle tight throughout the night. When he came home, I helped him warm his toes. All right. Then suddenly he lost his sight. There's someone to be with him through the day while I go on the street. We have to eat. The council thought the children best away. They are learning quickly how to bleat. Thank thee, O Lord, for thy divine mercy. He cannot see what thou hast done to me. I've seen better days. My spirit is weak. My flesh is in ruins. I can't see my feet. It was nice while it lasted, some of the time. A few minor offences, no major crime. I laughed through my fears. I passed for a man. There are no cheers. I also ran. I'm just another sinner, without the power to be what they said I must remember God wanted out of me. I tried to use my reason, and if indeed it's sound, I'll have not a leg to stand on when I'm underground. Sometimes I've dribbled, but I've had my fill. I ate, drank, and was merry, while death kept the till. Now that it's time, please, it's no surprise. Whatever comes after is only surmise. We'd like to think we see it clearer as the brink is getting nearer. But we're no more wise and seldom bolder. There's no prize for growing older. I've just got to take the rough with the smooth. It's not as though there's much at stake. I'm all I've got to lose. Maybe I'll never be ever again. A twitch and a quiver, who knows what then? No one can foretell what before us lies, when death cancels our calm or frantic eyes. Now all our guests have come and gone away, and you and I can hold each other close. No need for haste as we await the day the night falls into. No need suppose we fail to find what we had lost, before we caught the gleam in one another's eyes, which signaled hope returned to teach us more than seemed our crumpled hearts could realize. The ghosts of youth are weary of the stage. There's no one left to offer us a fight. No sermons we must sit through at our age. No passing fancies shrouding our delight. Sweetheart, our love is true, but can't outlast our ruin-raddled flesh. Oh, hold me fast. I cannot say that I'm the man that I once was. He slaved away to set me free. He left a nice soft bed on which to lie, to whom he'd be when he had reached 80. He did the sowing, I reaped what was sown. He picked and pressed the grapes, I drink the wine. I still am paying interest on his loan. I am the legacy of his design. The baton now is in the hand of age, not youth. The future still presents its trial. Whatever is the writing on the final page, I'm what's come out of all those years' denial. I ask myself if he would be happy, if he could know he's turned out to be me. Another one won't do me any harm. The damage is already long since done. I'm nothing now I've lost my funky charm. There's no one left who knows last time I won. There's no doubt if I alkalize my brain, it's somehow not so bad, but still the same. And with a little more, I can't refrain from following my customary game. Perhaps I'm after all not dépassé. Who knows? I still might have it in me yet. The best is yet to be. I know a way to make a million dead. You want a bet? Time to have another round. What thing? Hey, hello baby, come here, have a drink. To write a sonnet in this day and age may seem to some an almost wanton waste of ink upon a page. Yet still we rage or rave, lament or praise, in haste to make our present offering to the sun, before our time, too long, too short, is done. The chubbing of our throbbing heart will someday stop, and then we know not what awaits us as we end, or start to find the start or end of all this flow.
The chubbing of the throbbing heart will someday stop, and then we know not what awaits us as we end, or start to find the start or end of all this flow.
10-20 seconds after our last breath, shall we be wiser or be nil with death? First we start showing signs of wear and tear and no more feel like rolling in the snow. Then we begin to realize that we are senescent and have not got long to go. Are we aware that we can't remember who we are? Does it require great fortitude to live ataxic and aphasic through an unanesthetized decrepitude. And yet there are some very, very old and frail creatures who look content and glad to be just where they're at. Their hands are cold. They've almost shed the life that they once had. At least one blessing of extreme old age is that soon the bird will leave the cage. Sometimes I think it is a rotten deal for humankind to have to live within this flesh, often against our will, to feel its perturbations and eventual ruin. I'm grateful to have got thus far. May what's to come be not too fraught with pain. I'll bless the Lord and thank each lucky star if I don't have to be Abel or Cain. A painless, healthy, happy, comfy death is not presumptuous, at least to ask. I hope brutality and ugliness be not what lingers on my mask. The pen slips out of icy fingertips. No words of wisdom come from dead men's lips. He put his hand on my shoulder. He looked me in the eye. He said, "Do you really respect me?" I knew he was going to die. "Of course," I said. "Believe me." I was quite prepared to lie. There could be no other answer to a man about to die. In fact, he didn't really die for a long, long time. He simply, very gently, went out of his tired mind. He couldn't even remember his name, or the date, or me. It's called senile dementia, the nearest he came to be free. To live our life's the great adventure, fit for any hero. Nothing else can be the meaning of our absurd mystery. We'd like to think that there's some benefit somewhere, to something, someone, to the all, that we're such sacks of comic lust, or good for us that we are thus. At least we're food for worms, however spirit fail. The call of death's a reconciliation for our flesh, its contribution to the feast which we partake of. Eater, eaten, beast for beast, from dust to dust, no less, no more. We can be sure of death's enforced utility, whatever we've accomplished of futility.